casualty for Aurora.
Yeah, they're in trouble. They're in disruptions have been incredible this game. And it's one thing to cast the spell well, which, you know, in itself, this is...
Kiyotaka, Atos to start, Diabolic Edict, then the Hex to follow. Shivas, he had the time.
Absolutely.
Playing with his food, which...
Might give beginners the wrong idea here. Oh, I've never tried Shadow Demon with phase boots.
Just don't play Shadow Demon if you're a new player.
Slacks is listening. He's like, I buy phase boots on every hero because I buy 5 boots.
He's going to stay a little bit longer. Oh, Disruption dodges the finger of death. Disgusting display again from Jin Q as Ame in the front eats another target. This time it's Mira. 50 seconds of no Lion. No buyback either. Roche Banner going to try to protect this a bit, but Nightfall ends up taking it out. So now Extreme have to wait for them. It was also quite clever.
Yeah, love that.
Like all 6 items just work so well together. Incredible.
Ame, unfortunately...
Kiyotaka gets Split Earth, and another kill for Ame.
Yep. Will they find a glimpse too? No.
So buyback is available for Kiyotaka. Otherwise, has to wait 80 seconds. Glimpse. They're going to be able to dodge that. Knife on that with the BKB. XXS gets the Mars Arena onto 2 heroes. The rest of his team going to try to focus on the melee barracks. Only 30 seconds on the Aegis.
He forced Nightfall's BKB with that arena. I think that's a worthwhile trade on return fire in the upcoming games, unless they find some heroic play here. Okay, good Ghost Scepter.
Yes, they still have the spear connection, and that is going to be a dead Lion. 50 seconds of no Mira, no buyback to come either. And more buildings will melt, so they're waiting for this death timer of Kiyotaka, despite having the buyback, just for one last hurrah, but they're going to lose most of their buildings in the meantime. Actually, the jump onto Nightfall, already at half HP. The Solar Guardian doing very little. That is the death of Nightfall, and they did not buy back on Kiyotaka at all. In fact, they're just going to call it GG. So game 1 going to Extreme. Pretty entertaining game, though. Yeah. I mean, Aurora off to a good start, as we talked about. They needed to get off to, but...
There it is. Dominator hero coming out. Exciting.
Have any impact on the laning stage, even if he had a decent laning stage?
Talk to me about the Pugna.
Yeah, there's a lot of value to Netherward here against Puck and the Lion, and it's also a bad lane matchup for... Oh, hang on.
That's first blood, so Mira did eventually go down.
Okay, and so did Panto. Okay. Talk to me about Pugna. Well, he's dead.
Yeah, that's not a good way to look at it. Is Nightfall trying to take out the Tombstone? We'll be able to...
It's still level 4 mana drain is still 600 mana in 5 seconds. It's not bad.
Remnant does connect. XM has the orb to try to get away. Actually gets a little fancy with it and dies as a result.
Oops.
So it has the curveball facet, trying to get a little bit of extra farm with the first power rune of the game, which is the Arcane. It's going to find a little Jin Q action. Panto there. Get another Astral Step with some good body blocks as well. XXS actually places down his Tombstone to try to contest this, and Jin Q, is he actually going to live through this? Looks like that might be the case, as Kiyotaka has to try to run away. Trying to go for the Tombstone, gets impaled in the meantime though. Does take out the Tombstone, getting some extra gold. As XXS now with a double decay, and it's going to force Kiyotaka out with not too much to show for it. In fact, it's going to be the death of the support instead for Panto, as XM finally makes his way over.
Yeah, that was a very deep dive. They missed the Astral Remnant, I think, at that point. Or damage onto Sven down but the TP rotation.
Stormhammer, the God Strength coming out as well. Only the level 5 Dawnbreaker not able to use anything to get out of dodge. It does have Hammer up in a second, but just too much damage in this early game from Ame.
Ame says Stormhammer is the better one. And he's right that time. Power Rune taken away by Xnova. Yeah. Nothing here for Kiyotaka. Big rune snag. He's running.
And S is playing very confidently in tower range right now.
He has
the ward is placed. He's already at half HP though. Aether Remnant pop. There's a Centaur Stomp. He gets his ult off here, which he will. Solar Guardian to follow, but he's dead already. Solar Guardian from Toronto Tokyo to try to help out. They will be able to get Jin Q on top of this, so double kill for Kiyotaka.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, that's a nice little find there, as Tombstone not available. Dying, coming right back to life, TPing in and dying instantly, so using that innate to feed relentlessly, it seems.
Okay.
Ceaseless Dirge in... And it feels like anytime a Sven is being played, he's always going to be in the top of the net worth. It's such a hard hero to contest.
Yeah. He is a level and a half ahead of the Faceless Void.
Get the finger, and that is the death of the Faceless Void and his Pine Cone. His trusty Pine Cone is dead. Oh, the death animation is beautiful, and then the sinking in the ground just ruins it.
Have to use finger for guaranteed kills just to get stacks. I think personally that's pretty overrated. I think having the cooldown is much better.
Remnant misses again. X-Nova though getting blocked by Kiyotaka. The Simile is there, but the Chronosphere is being used to just kill the one, but on top of the Undying now, XXS is going to be fine. Spirit Vessel applied to him. Ame gets a Stormhammer onto two heroes, trying to go for the Rasta, but of course the foul play comes into play, no pun intended, does kill him off in the end. Toronto Tokyo looks to be next for Ame in the midst of this Wisdom Shrine. It matters not. That's two dead, and now the coil snapping. Kiyotaka with another Dissimilate onto low ground with the Astral Step is going to be fine, although XM uses the Illusory Orb, but no more catch to follow up.
Ran away. The Remnant accuracy now down to 15% here. I'm just pulling that number out.
But a follow-up Hex from Mira. Get the Life Drain on top of him. X-Nova is going to try to channel. Does get off the Echo Stomp. The Earth Splitter to follow. Is going to hit one. That's going to be the deletion of Panto and another support to follow suit. So in the end, a 1 for 2 in favor of Extreme again.
You're seeing another ward as a factor. Ame. You don't hit that hard. Well, I guess you thought GQ could connect in time. He hits hard enough on that guy.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But Aurora game 1, like this Void Spirit. Dawn this time, obviously AC immediately after Ags, so definitely going to hit.
We got the Hex. Open up with the Shackle to follow. Jin Q, though, Impale, going to buy a little bit of time. Toronto Tokyo gets the Soul Guardian. But again, Ame coming in from the north, deletes two supports, and Nightfall has to chrono and run away. Toronto Tokyo fingered to death. Didn't mean it that way, of course, Cinderin. Aurora, 3 dead. And the Aegis is just going to expire the old-fashioned way. Just, Ame has seemingly come out of nowhere repeatedly.
I heard a player that a lot of people have on their fantasy team, Yatoro, though.
Yes.
Got a Rampage in his previous game.
Oh, really? That's good for me. Ame
good
takes out Mira. Yeah, I definitely have Yatoro on my team. At half HP, though. XXS in that Flesh Golem form as well, and the Tombstone is placed in the pit. There's the Hex to start things out. XM getting the brunt of the damage onto the Rasta. The coil comes out as well as Ame just cleans up Roche himself. 2 shots, Nightfall, goodbye. As Kiyotaka's BKB finally comes back online, he gets the support for his troubles. As you can see, the Dawnbreaker able to BKB out, and now the pursuit of the supports and Kiyotaka. Stormhammer connects, and that's a Thor that gets ethereal there from a moment there from Panto, but in the end, the Crepify can only do so much. So a 2 for 1, and likely to be a 3rd. So Extreme get basically everything that they want. They get Roche all the goodies. They delete. There's a Chrono. Ame literally just standing still, hitting buildings, will get the second lane. And the Hex from Mira. Kiyotaka on the sidelines as XM coming in with the coil onto 2. Nice heals from Panto. But the Stormhammer coming in. Ame wants to get in deep. He gets the 1 kill. And it back and forth from Nightfall. As you can see, the reset was there, but Ame now with that God Strength available. Earth Splitter does a decent amount, but Nightfall able to time walk most of it away. Toronto Tokyo getting on top of the Sven. Remember, this is still an Aegis Sven who just brushes off the damage with that Satanic. Gets back to full HP, brings him back with the Harpoon, but the Chronosphere is there with the Life Break on top of him. This could be enough to take out life number 1 of Ame. Can you do it again, though, is the question. Ame pops the Warcry. Basically invincible now as a result. Finger of Death deletes Toronto Tokyo, and it looks like Nightfall is next on the list, although Time Walks gets most of his HP back as a result. Kiyotaka, in the midst of all this, doing a decent amount of damage, takes out another support. So Lion dead again. Toronto Tokyo is going to get harpooned back into the arms of Ame. That's a double kill for XXS, though, as Nightfall and Kiyotaka